They're...
Yeah.
You
know, there's nothing you can't say to me. You understand that.
I know. I just...
Yeah.
If you... Do you have any Kleenex?
Sure, help yourself.
Maybe you should...
No, I'm good, thanks. Oh, right. Oh. Has that been there the whole time we've been talking?
Yeah.
Because I apologize if that's... See, that's why I'm still hungry. No, I know very little about your parents. How did they meet?
My mom and dad?
Yeah.
My mom was wearing a mini skirt, and my dad followed her to a softball game, and they met.
Yeah, where is she from?
She's from Minnesota. You know, she talks like that.
She's got a deviated septum.
And my dad's got a heavy Brooklyn accent. Talks like that.
Good septum.
How you doing over there? No, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to startle you. I gotta get myself orgasmized, huh?
Okay, that's the kind of thing we don't say.
That's an office thing? The office expression?
Okay, I'm done with this conversation.
Well, I was raised in San Francisco, but then we moved to this commune for 4 years with no electricity or running water.
Mm-hmm.
You know, my parents thought, oh, we're taking them out of the city and we're going to raise them in this utopia, this, nature. They won't have to be afraid of anything. But they didn't know that there was wild boar up there and that it was terrifying. Mm-hmm. There was no way to turn on a light when you were scared. You had to grope for matches and find a candle or a kerosene lamp.
Groping for matches already doesn't sound safe, even without the kerosene.
You know, Laura, this is a big day for me because this is my grand opening, and I assume I'm going to be getting a lot of calls, for business, because I am open for business. I mean, the point is so that, I was wondering if you could maybe just say pickups when you answer the phone and not play up the whole doctor thing unless it sounds like a really troubled person.
I remember everyone always claiming they saw a UFO.
Mm-hmm.
I remember one of the older kids saying, if you walk like an alien, they won't abduct you. So when we would have to be out at night, we'd walk like aliens, or how we thought aliens would walk.
How'd you do that walk? That makes sense.
My mom would get us up every morning before school, 2 hours before we had to leave, and make us meditate.
Yeah.
And then she'd make us do the salutations to the sun, this yoga thing, over and over and over again. We had to, honor the earth all the time.
But so let me see if I have this right. You'd honor the earth and then you do a sun salutation?
Yeah.
And is that a conflict of interest? I don't know that much about it.
So, we broke up, and I haven't spoken to her since. Hard to believe that was 18 years ago, huh? I bet she'd be surprised to hear that I'm running my own company now.
Wow, that's really fascinating.
Hey, there's a lot you don't know about me.
I like that about you. Dr. Katz's office?
Is not.
Is?
No, is not, Laura. I mean, I know you're not, I know I'm not paying your salary, but the least you could do is answer the phone.
What is it?
It's pickups.
No, what do you want?
Oh, I was just checking in. I'm driving and I have a phone.
Okay, well, everything's fine.
Sam, you know the problem?
Okay, bye-bye.
Wait, hold up, because I just have a quick... There's a weird smell in the car.
Mm-hmm.
And, I think it's me.
Hey, Richard, have you ever considered marriage? That maybe there's a Mrs. Jenny in your future?
No, I've never really even been drunk enough to get a tattoo.
Right.
I think you just never know what's going to happen in them.
Yeah.
And I mean, the proof that nobody knows what's going to happen is that women are now smoking cigars. Who could have ever predicted? Now, I don't personally have anything against it. I think, whenever I'm in an intimate situation with a lovely young lady, I want her to remind me as much of Edward G. Robinson as possible. I want a woman in a nightie and a push-up bra with a big stogie going, all right, here's the way it's going to be, Buster. I don't want any foreplay. I'm a busy girl, see? I don't want to get pregnant, see? So at the end, you get out of there. Beat it. Scram. Brah!
Huh.
I don't know. It's just hard to decide, because when you first fall in love, It's easy, right?
Right.
Because when you're in love, you know, there's nothing like you take some love and some sex and you mix them together. It's almost like a rocket launch. You're taking off your shirt in that boudoir and you can almost hear the NASA guy going T-4, 3, 2. But if 10 years go by and you're not in love now, it's not exactly a rocket. It's more like a crappy commuter flight in a little puddle jumping plane. You're just in the bedroom taking off your shirt hearing this guy. Folks, we're gonna get underway here in the sex. We should be hitting the climax right on schedule, just about 4 or 5 minutes maximum. Got a slight tailwind, could get us in just a little bit early. Those of you on the right side of the bed, point of interest, closet doors open, you might want to start picking out your clothing for work in the morning. Please remain in position till we've come to a full and complete stop. People say that marriage should be forever, but, you know, when they made up that rule, forever wasn't that long, you know? I mean, when they made up that rule, there was just a guy going, yeah, I'll get married. Hey, come on, I don't want to be 19 and alone. You never know what's going to happen with a marriage. You know, sometimes you turn on the TV and there's Willard Scott going, these people have been married for 140 years. Then you flick another channel and there's someone going, a Milwaukee woman has crazy glued her husband's butt cheeks together while he was sleeping. I mean, that really happened, you know?
I read about that.
I always wondered if they stayed together. The couple, I mean. That's, you know, it's got to be weird. You know, the guy wakes up and, you know, he comes down. And probably, you know, you can't really accuse the wife right away. You know, you got to go, honey, did you glue my butt cheeks together while I was sleeping? You know, and she's there going, all of a sudden you're Mr. Observant. You didn't notice when I changed the curtains.
What do you want?
I just gotta tell you, I gotta be totally honest with you. Hydroplaning? Fun. I'll tell you something, I would never do it with a client in the car, because when the client gets in, that's when I turn on Mr. Business.
Is there something I can do for you?
That's when I turn off Mr. Fun.
I'm hanging up.
My mom was dragging me to church every week.
Yeah.
Not a good one, you know, like St. John the Divine or St. Mary the Immaculate. We used to go to St. Phil the Reliable. You know, he's not a miracle worker, but he's there.
Right.
It was boring, you know. They all priests, they have this, like, weird... Can you say the word Lord? Try and say that.
Lord.
See, you can't be a priest. You have to have a certain tone of voice, a very clipped, just caught my privates in a car door, borderline Kermit the Frog. Lord! Oh, Lord, Lord, Lord.